Geared Up is your local choice for custom apparel and awards. No matter the season, sport, or event, we've got the gear to make it a success. Ask us about our fundraising program, available to all schools, businesses, and community organizations. Check us out online at www.wegearyouup.com or call 217-473-6290. That's 473-6290 for Geared Up custom apparel and awards. And we welcome you to the broadcast of high school basketball action on Central Illinois Sports, streaming live on YouTube and also on Mixler.com. Good evening to you. I'm Charlie Hull. John is alongside tonight as well. We're live from Boschel Gymnasium in Pittsfield, where a pair of 1 and 3 high school boys basketball teams are matching up as the Pittsfield Sockies play host to the Southeastern Suns. We welcome you inside the pregame show. Both teams starting out their season in a Thanksgiving week tournament. Pittsfield here at home in their own tournament. And the Southeastern squad went to the Beardstown tournament and participated there. And they lost to Riverton 69-43, to a very good Triopia team 79-44. Were defeated by Minton Unity 74-67. And then they defeated Briggsville Perry 68-46 for their lone win of the season. The Sockies are 1 and 3 on the year. They fell to Illini West in their opening contest of the season, 37-36. Lost to Western by a score of 54-37. Defeated Camp Point Central 32-28. And then were beaten by Rount Catholic 55-45, despite having a double-digit lead in that contest. And that's been the problem for the Sockies 2 times this season. 2 of their 3 losses games, they led by at least 12 points, John. And it's a team that, against Routt in the first half, we saw them shoot about as good as you could. And in the second half, they couldn't buy a basket. And unfortunately for the Sockies at this point in time, not good enough defensively as a unit to hold teams below that 40-point mark that Brad Tomave usually really tries to keep teams lower than. And so they've struggled a little bit here to start the year.
Yeah, Charlie, and I was going to mention, too, looking at those scores from Southeastern's first 4 games, they really put up the points in those first 4 games. Sasaki's going to have to play good defense tonight to hold them down. It sounded like what their minimum point total was in the 50s.
Yes, I think maybe 47 was one of their point totals, but still close to that 50-point mark or over just about every night. This is a fairly young squad for the Suns. They start 1 senior in Jay Seaton and then 4 sophomores in their starting lineup, and that's pretty impressive. And you can tell that Coach Brett Upkis is kind of building for the future for this program. He's had some teams that have been competitive, but nobody who's really wowed the area as far as wins go in his stint at Southeastern, but has a good group coming in the younger grades from about the sophomore class all the way down to the 7th grade class for the Suns, and they're looking to get back to a level they were in their heyday when Mike Frey and company were there coaching for the Suns. And you got to like a guy like Brett Upkis, a young coach, a lot of energy. He was a very good player back in his time at Brown County, and he's taking some of those things that he was able to really excel at on the court and teaching them to his players now for the Suns.
Yeah, Charlie, if he could teach them all to shoot like he could when he was at Brown County, I think he'd have a lot of winning seasons, because he could really shoot the basketball when he was playing. And I'm sure, he had, I'm trying to think, Charlie, who would his coach have been?
Well,
Brown
Van
County.
Wilson would have been a coach, probably for him most of his career at Brown County, maybe a little bit with Coach Phelps at the end, but I'm pretty sure Coach Wilson might have been Brett Upkis' coach all the way through at the varsity level. And so a pretty good guy there as far as coaching goes and knowing the game. And Van Wilson, not a bad guy to learn from and to kind of learn more about how you want to coach your team as well. And they've done a really nice job teaching the game to this young Suns squad. And the Suns are a program that, again, at one time had a lot of success and really just have not had a ton of success on the win side on a consistent basis for a while now, but looking to get things rolling the right way here. A 1-3 start on the season, not really what either team wanted to do. If you're Southeastern, though, you played some pretty good competition. Riverton, we saw last year as a young squad and early progressed as the season went along. Athens is usually a very competitive team, and that Triopia team, my goodness, so talented at the guard spots. And then they've got young Mr. Allen inside. And then if you haven't seen it yet, I'm pretty sure you can go watch it on YouTube. Garrett Snow, who has really a kind of a 3 or 4 for them, had a putback dunk the other night that was about as impressive as any you're going to see. And so a lot of athletes there for Triopia. They're going to give people trouble throughout the season. The Sockies looking for that consistency and have not found that yet. They're going to have a pretty good size advantage in this game. You sort of expect Southeastern to come out and run a zone. They only have 3 players at 6 foot tall, one of them being the freshman Eli Leeson,
Another one is Jace Heaton, their senior starter, and then Colby Ellis, who's a sophomore at 6 foot tall. Nobody else listed at over 6 foot on this team. So Pittsfield with Will Guthrie, with Shaw, should have a pretty good size advantage. Can they take care of the basketball and expose the much smaller players in Southeastern here tonight? That's yet to be seen. We'll talk more about the matchup on the pregame show. Glad you're alongside on Central Illinois Sports. We're back with you after this.
At Country Financial, we know everyone's situation is unique, and we believe that even the biggest goals start with simple steps. So when it comes to protecting the things you love and planning for the future, don't get overwhelmed. Get started today with John Hibbert, your Country Financial agent in Camp Point, Illinois. That's John Hibbert, your Country Financial agent. Call 217-593-6819. John Hibbert, Country Financial, 217-593-6819. Press Yours On You is celebrating 13 years as your source for school spirit wear. They can personalize varsity jackets, hoodies, t-shirts, hats, duffel bags, flags, and more. Show your school pride with a bumper sticker or window decal from Press Yours On You. Visit their online store at www.pressyoursonu.com or visit them on Facebook. Press Yours On You, 506 West Wood on Highway 24 in Camp Point. Call 593-6031. Fellowship of Christian Athletes is an international and local organization that provides support for our athletes and coaches in the area. Small groups called huddles meet regularly in our schools and communities to build strong relationships. Todd Sweatman is our area director for Western Illinois. Todd is a longtime educator and coach and also serves as the chaplain at McMurray College. Julie Ross, area rep, is working with Adams and Brown County schools to support coaches and athletes. Jack Hull, longtime radio broadcaster and sports official, is serving with Julie and Todd throughout the Western Illinois region. We need your support as boosters, first in prayer and also with your financial monthly support. You can help us strengthen the huddles in your schools. Contact us at westernilfca.org to find out more and get our contact information. Won't you join us in lifting Jesus Christ up in our schools, athletes, coaches, and communities? Go to westernilfca.org or email me at jhull@fca.org. Get involved in FCA for your youth today.
We welcome you back on the pregame here, and glad you're alongside tonight on Central Illinois Sports. We do remind you, if you subscribe on the YouTube page, you'll get an update every time we go live with a broadcast throughout the area, and we certainly do encourage you to do so and share that with your friends and family throughout the season. The Sockies and the Suns matching up here, a matchup a year ago that was a very close game for quite a bit of the contest before Pittsfield was able to secure that victory. And so this is the Southeastern program that, while the overall side of wins has not happened, the confidence is really starting to build for this young team. And John, anytime you're starting 4 sophomores, you're going to see some things that go well. You're going to see some things that don't go so well. But if you're Brett Upkis, you're looking for little improvements every single time you take the floor.
Yeah, Charlie, that's certainly true. And as you talked about, their program has tremendous numbers in basically all sports, all the way down to at least 7th grade, as we've seen them the last couple of years bring a ton of players over to play junior high baseball. And really been impressive with their numbers, getting all the kids out, getting them excited, and they've really continued to improve.
Well, they've got some good people working in their school system. Todd Fox is the superintendent. He's been there for a while, was the basketball coach actually at one time, and he's a guy who's very sports-minded and understands the benefits of extracurricular activities. They've got Kyle Rigg as their athletic director, who is a tremendous baseball player, both in high school and in college, and they see him coaching the baseball team and the high school and junior high level, and also helping some on the basketball side, I'm sure. And he's got a couple boys coming through, which won't hurt things at all in all aspects of the sport. And the other thing they have going for them is, this is a school that doesn't co-op with Camp Point Central in football anymore, hasn't for a while, so you get a lot of open gym time before the season starts to kind of get some shots up. And we saw a couple of these youngsters who played just briefly in the JV game, one of them being Jarek Heaton, the younger of the two Heatons. He can really shoot it. And if you have kids that can shoot the ball, John, those are kids you figure out a way to work into varsity basketball just about as early as you can, because as we've talked about the last couple of years, kind of a lost art shooting. Teams just don't seem like they have a ton of shooters, and when you get one, you try to give them as many opportunities as possible, and that's what Coach Epkus is doing with some of these youngsters here on his squad. Also, need to point out, he doesn't have a ton of options when it comes to upperclassmen. Just 2 seniors and 1 junior on the team, so everybody else is an underclassman. That has to force you to play some of those youngsters a little bit. Sometimes before they're ready, and sometimes they're just ready and can really get off to their varsity career with a bang. We're going to have the national anthem here in just a moment, courtside here at Voschel Gym. Good crowd on hand here on this Friday night contest. The Sockies are home this Friday. They're at Winchester next Tuesday against a very good West Central team before they return home next Friday against Riverton as the Hawks will come to Voschel Gym. We're going to have the national anthem as the Sockies singers sing courtside. Great job, as always, by the Socky anthem singers under the direction of James Felphausch with our national anthem here tonight at Voschel Gym. Let's meet the starting lineups for the Southeastern Suns. First of all, Brett Upkis is their head coach, assisted by Jeremy Stevens. Their lineup looks like this. At a guard, he's a 5'9 sophomore, Jarek Heaton. At another guard spot is a 5'9 sophomore, Braden Winters. And at the third guard is the 6' senior, Jace Heaton. At a forward, a 5'10 sophomore, Brock Winters. And at the other forward spot tonight, we see the 6' sophomore, Colby Ellis. So it's Jarek and Jace Heaton, Braden Winters, Colby Ellis, and Brock Winters. So a couple of Winters, a couple of Heatons, and then old Mr. Ellis in there. So to start for this Southeastern squad. So we'll have to learn first names quite a bit for the young Suns. For the Pittsfield Sockies, Brad Tomave, their head coach. They're 1-3 on the season. He is assisted by Todd Plattner, Bradley Wassel, Scott Bacon, and Jordan Cawthon. And their lineup tonight will look like this. At a guard spot, he is a sophomore, 5'11", Cade Tomhave. At another guard, the 5'10 senior, Jack Palmer. And at the third guard is the 6'2 junior, Cooper Priest. At a forward, a 6'2 senior, Isaac Shaw. At the other forward, a 6'6 junior, Will Guthrie. Guthrie, Shaw, along with Priest, Tomhave, and Palmer for the Sockies. Both teams enter the night 1-3. They're finishing up the starting lineups here at Voschel Gym. We'll pause for a short break here. We're back with the tip-off as Pittsfield takes on Southeastern. More your way next.
Dear Western Grain Service is your progressive feed and grain resource for Western Illinois. They offer a full range of feed products for all species and many grain merchandising opportunities with locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Dear Western Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461 or on the web at dearwestergrain.com.
We welcome you back to the broadcast. Voschel Gymnasium in Pittsfield. A veteran refereeing career of John Ray Deering, Billy Hickox, Brian Daniel in the stripes tonight.
The girls' game the other night did a nice job.
And what a game that was, as Pittsfield and Carrollton really battled. Sockies jumped out to an early lead, and then the squad from Carrollton made a nice comeback, and it was a barn burner down the stretch that Pittsfield won behind 22 points and 20 rebounds from Lily Pepper.
Very impressive night for her.
Boys side looking for output like that from Will Guthrie, who steps into the center circle to jump, and the tip is up and controlled by Southeastern. Bringing the ball toward the front court is Jace Heaton. Check that. That's Winters. Winters with the ball. Free throw line. Now they work it on the right side to Heaton. He'll kick it out, back out to Braden Winters. Winters off of the screen. Dribble drive in against Tom Have. Right corner goes to Ellis. Ellis will kick it out now to Jace Heaton. Heaton on a couple of steps. Shot toward the rim, no good. Rebound on the missed shot comes down to Palmer. He dribbles it off of his foot, turns it over. Stolen away, put up and in by Colby Ellis, and Southeastern has an early 2-0 lead. Palmer was just nonchalant with the ball after getting the rebound and dribbled it off of his own foot. 2-0 Suns. Tomei works the ball to Priest. Right side over to Palmer. Man-to-man defense by Southeastern early going. They'll work it down low to Shaw, and he is fouled on the floor by either Heaton or Heaton.
And it'll be Jace Heaton's first and the team first against Southeastern. It'll be ball out of bounds to the Sakis underneath their basket.
Jarek and Jace. Inbounds pass to Guthrie. He'll put up a shot. It's good. Sakis have a height advantage in this game that is pretty extreme, and the game is tied at 2. 7:07 to play in the first. Into the front court comes Jace Heaton on the bounce. He'll work out of a double team, still on the dribble. Now drives middle, works it off right side. Here's Brock Winters for a three. It's an air ball. Cade Tomei with the rebound for Pittsfield. Off the Guthrie, pushes it in the front court to Palmer. Palmer dribble drive inside, leaves it to Priest on the baseline. Across the way, finds Shaw. Shot blocked. Rebound run down by Jarek Heaton, and he's fouled by Palmer.
That'll be Jack Palmer's first foul and the team first against Pittsfield. It'll be ball out of bounds in the backcourt along the sideline to the Suns.
Sakis might have been a little too unselfish that time down the court, as Priest probably had a pretty good look at it. Gave the extra pass to Shaw, and the defender had moved back in time to get a hand on the ball as Shaw went up. 6:44 to play in the first quarter. Game is tied at 2 points apiece. Pittsfield has not led in the contest. Left side with it, Jace Heaton, the senior starter. Leaves it off to Jarek Heaton, his sophomore brother. Drives in, beats the man down low, left it off to Winters, out to Heaton. Wide open three, no good. Rebound, Priest grabs the board for Pittsfield. Off to Palmer, into the front court, finds Guthrie off the window and in for two. And one here is the foul called on the made basket.
Foul going to go.
I think this one's against Winters.
Count the basket.
Brock Winters.
Brock Winters' first foul and the team's second against Southeastern. To the free throw line, Will Guthrie shooting one. He's got all 4 points for the Sakis. Sakis with their first lead. First and only shot is up and good. Give him 5, all 5 for the Sakis. Pittsfield leads by 3.
5 to the score, 6:15 to play in the first. Winters helps bring the ball up along with Ellis in the backcourt. Now to Brock Winters. He'll drive toward the sideline. Sakis would like to trap him there, and they have trapped him. Close to 5 seconds, throws a pass that's stolen away by Palmer. Pushes it into the front court to Shaw. Had to retreat a little bit, puts up a layup, it's good. And a timeout by the Suns. 7-2, Sakis on top, 5:59 to play in the first. We're back with you in 30 seconds.
Farmers State Bank of Camp Point, a branch of United Community Bank, wants to be your bank. Their friendly and helpful staff enjoys working with customers to give them the best banking experience possible. They're a full-service bank offering savings, checking, CDs, IRAs, and now offering mobile banking where you can bank from your smartphone. They can handle all your borrowing needs, whether it's home, auto, commercial, or agricultural loans. Contact Farmers State Bank at 217-593-7756. We want to be your bank. Member FDIC.
Back on Central Illinois Sports. 7-2, Sakis on top in the early going over the Southeastern Suns. They trapped the Suns on the sideline, got out in transition there, and found Shaw, the big man, having success for Pittsfield so far. And that's exactly what Pittsfield wants to do, is use their height advantage. 5:53 to play in the first. We're back to live action. Heaton looks to bring the ball up into the front court, finds the corner left side. Here's Jarek Heaton for a three, no good. Palmer with the board, his second. He'll push it the other way with the right-hand bounce. Now has denied the dribble opportunity. Gets it to Tomei, right back to Palmer on the baseline to Priest. Priest will travel and threw it away. So a turnover either way as Reed Bostic has the steal. He's checked into the game, the 5'7" sophomore. The other way going toward the rim is Braden Winters. He's fouled on his way to the hoop. And will they say it's on the shot or on the floor? It is a foul on the floor.
Foul going to go on Shaw, his first. Team's second
shooting
against
foul,
Pittsfield.
excuse me.
Okay. To the free throw line goes Bostic shooting two. 7-2 the score. Pittsfield with the 5-point lead, 5:28 to go in the first quarter of play.
I thought Mr. Deering had signaled that it was a shooting foul, but then I saw the other official setting up to take the ball out of bounds.
Bostic's first is up and good. Give him a point, makes it 7-3.
Been a lot of Bostics in the Adams and Hancock County area over the years.
And Mr. Bostic makes them both. Give him 2 points.
Makes it a 7-4 ball game and ends a 7-0 run by Pittsfield. 5:24 to play in the first. Palmer with it to Tomhay, works it left wing over to Guthrie. Guthrie top of the key finds Shaw. Shaw will look left side to Tomhay. Couldn't get set up for the three. He'll put it on the deck. Down low finds Priest. In the hands. Needs to go up. Shot block. Rebound down to Shaw. Dribbles it. Now tries to power up. Missed it. Rebound to Priest on the weak side. His putback won't fall, but he's fouled and he'll shoot a pair.
Priest just needs to have the confidence to catch it and shoot it right away. And he'd have had 2 points there. Foul going to go against Jared Keaton, his first team third against Southeastern. And to the free throw line, Cooper Priest looking for his first points of the evening. His first is up and good.
Saukees have a height advantage, but if you take that ball down to the belly button, even little guys can get a hold of it. Now we see Griffin Van Winkle into the game for Pittsfield, a junior. He replaces Shaw. 5:06 to play here in the first.
Had been a starter in the first few games, but coming off the bench now, still in the rotation. Next one's up, no good. Rebound comes down to Bostic, his first.
Into the front court with the basketball is Ellis in the corner, finds Heaton for a three, and it's good.
That was Jared Keaton.
Jared Keaton, the sophomore at the tray, and it's a 1-point game. 8-7, 4:50 to play in the first. Palmer with the basketball. Hands it off to Van Winkle. Between the circles, Priest. Right side, Tomhay. Looked in the paint, wasn't open. Instead finds Palmer left wing. Fakes the three. Out top to Guthrie. Right wing to Van Winkle. Little give and go to Guthrie. Turnaround shot too hard. And the rebound secured by Jared Keaton. He'll push the ball to Winters. Braden Winters, a single bounce. On the left side over to Bostic. Bostic going to try the dribble drive. Out right side to Heaton. Heaton on the drive in. Past his man. Little rise and shoot and score. And the Suns are on top now, 9-8. That is a 7-1 run by Southeastern in the blink of an eye. 4:11 to play in the first. Suns lead 9-8. Palmer with it for the Saukees. With the man Heaton guarding him. Van Winkle left side, right back to Palmer. Spin move down low, little left-hand hook shot, missed it. Guthrie's got the board, he'll put it back up and in. Will Guthrie another two.
He's got 7.
Makes it a 10-9 Sauke advantage. Fourth lead change.
Just a third.
Third lead change. 3:45 to play in the first. Heaton with the ball. They're having trouble staying in front of him. He drives right in and scores an easy two.
You were just predicting what was going to happen. He's got 4 now.
Makes it 11-10 Suns. 3:30 to play in the first. Defense optional right now. Palmer, left wing to Priest. Priest dribbles to the top of the key. Backdoor cut Van Winkle. Ball was tipped and run down by Palmer. Palmer looks to bring it out front for the Saukees. We're in the whites tonight here at Voschel Gym. 3:17 to play in the first period. Trailing Southeastern 11-10. Palmer crosses over, drives inside, gets to the rim. His runner is up and good. And makes it 12-11 Pittsfield. Not a lot of defense being played by either squad here in the first. Heaton with the ball right between people. Left side, Jared Keaton, wide open three. Missed it this time. Rebound tipped out and run down by Jared Keaton. He'll give it off to Winters. This is Braden Winters. Braden to Jace Heaton. Heaton with Guthrie guarding him. Drives in. Extra step, not called. Foul, not called. Rebound to Guthrie. Into the front court, Palmer with the basketball. Pittsfield a 1-point lead. Now Palmer, an offensive foul, shoved off the man in Bostic, and Palmer whistled for his first.
I believe it's his second,
Check
and it is.
His second.
Yeah, his second foul, team third, also third turnover against Pittsfield.
Here's Shaw and Jonathan Thomas in for Pittsfield. As Priest will take a chair along with Palmer. On the other side, returning is Brock Winters for Southeastern. They've got 6 guys on the floor. Kobe Ellis now will take a chair. 2:35 to play in the first. 12-11 Pittsfield leads Southeastern. Suns on the attack, trying to retake the advantage. As bringing it up is Winters. Leaves it off to Bostic. Bostic to Winters in the corner left side. Now puts it on the deck, dribbles it out front. Left wing to Bostic. 2:20 to play in the first. Baseline drive, ball knocked loose. Tom Habe with the steal. They'll work it to Guthrie. Guthrie brings the ball into the front court to Jonathan Thomas. One bounce, now back to Guthrie. Nice find. Who lays it over the front of the rim for 2.
Guthrie with 9 already.
14-11 Pittsfield, a 3-point lead with 2 minutes to play in this first quarter. In the backcourt, Braden Winters with the ball, yet to cross. Now he does. There's a long skip pass to Brock Winters. Both sophomores are the Winters boys. Brock a little more solidly built at this point. Here's a ball to Bostic on the wing. Works it down low, Brock Winters. Has it knocked away by Thomas, and the ball is stolen away. Turnover number 4 by the Suns. Tom Have playing the point with Palmer on the bench. Brings it into the front court. Going to try the dribble drive past his man. In the corner to Thomas. Swings it out top Van Winkle. Van Winkle back to Thomas in the corner. Does not shoot it there. To Van Winkle. 1:28 to play in the first. Van Winkle on a drive in. Shot up is good. Count the basket, says the official. And Van Winkle with the and one opportunity here.
Van Winkle with 2. Foul going to be on Brock Winters, I believe is what he called. Yep, Brock Winters, his second, team 4th. Van Winkle to the free throw line shooting 1. First free throw of the night for him, makes it 16-11, ties the biggest lead of the night for the Sockies.
Colby Ellis and Jace Heaton both return to the floor for the Suns.
Van Winkle shooting 1, looking to give the Sockies their biggest lead of the night if he could make this one. His shot is up, and it rattles around and rattles home. Give him 3.
17-11 Pittsfield, 1:23 to play in the first. Heaton with the ball in the backcourt. Being bodied up by Heaton, or by Thomas, I should say. Ball knocked loose now as Bostic's got it, and he's knocked from his feet by Guthrie.
Guthrie's first, team 4th. The ball had gotten knocked away, and Guthrie going after it ended up with the foul. His first, team 4th.
1:13 to play in the first. Suns down by 6. Inbounds comes to Jace Heaton. Guthrie out guarding the ball here, and he's got to be careful not to pick up that second in the first quarter. He's trying to get free of the man, nobody counting, and now they do start the 5 count. He's picked it up. Ball is timeout. Timeout by the Suns. 1 minute to play in the first. Timeout Southeastern will pause as well. 17-11, Pittsfield on top. Back with you after this.
Few things compare to Camp Point Central's fans' dedication to the Panthers. The same can be said about Channel and the farmers they serve. You see, unlike other seed companies, they don't have salesmen. With Channel, you get the advantage of a dedicated Channel seedsman, a trusted year-round advisor who can provide the right recommendations for your fields. It's their hands-on approach that truly sets them apart. Customized service, expert advice, elite seed management products. Find your Channel seedsman at channel.com or contact local district sales manager Matt Hughes at 217-242-8852.
1 minute to play in the first quarter. 17-11 is the advantage for Pittsfield on top of Southeastern. Timeout was taken by Brett Upkis, his second of the evening. Looks like Rushville playing a home game tonight, and a good crowd on hand for that contest. Trying to figure out who they're playing there. But it's back to the rafters in the home that Hines built. It'll be Southeastern ball. They were close to the turnover with the 5-second call. So Coach Upkis got him out of there with the timeout, a well-placed one. And we're back to live action as bringing the ball up is Braden Winters. Has picked it up, works it over to Jarek Heaton. Back to Winters. They look a lot alike. Do those
yeah,
two.
They do.
Drived in the basket is Winters. A nice take to the rim, and he scores with the right hand.
It's his first 2 points.
Makes it a 17-13 ball game with 40 seconds to play in the first quarter. Saki's looking for a final shot here, I would assume. Tom Have hands it off to Van Winkle. Van Winkle trying to get the man off him. It just has it stolen away. Jarek Heaton steals it right away from Van Winkle. Shot up on the other end. Good. Larceny in the layup by Heaton.
Jarek Heaton with 5.
And makes it a 17-15 ball game. Pittsfield with another turnover there. And
their 4th.
One, you just got to be stronger with the ball in your hands. Van Winkle to Thomas with 15 seconds to play in the first. Thomas with it, spins away from his man. Gives it to Van Winkle with 8. Out to Tom Have with 6. Now 5 has Winters on him, a couple of sophomores. Tom Have is bumped and fouled now by Bostic with 2.4 seconds to play in the first.
Bostic's first, team 5th. Ball to bounce to Pittsfield on the far sideline.
Bostic, a solid kid, though. They list him at 5'7", but you can tell he knows where the weight room is for the Suns. Tom Have to inbound, 2.4 seconds to play in the first. 17-15 advantage for the Sockies. Tom Have will look to get it in, still looking. He will get it into Thomas. Thomas will take a couple of dribbles and then try to pass. The Sockies acted like they didn't know how much time was on the clock. And that's the end of the first quarter. After one, it's Pittsfield 17, Southeastern 15. Back with second quarter play-by-play after this.
The caring and experienced professionals at Hamilton Funeral Homes are here to support you through this difficult time. We offer a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on us to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one, and we'll carefully guide you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. You're welcome to call us at any time of the day, any day of the week. Visit our funeral home in person or on the web at hamiltonfuneralhome.com. Call 217-593-6517.
As the year starts to come to an end and families enjoy more time indoors, Cascom realizes you need reliable internet, great television, and a reliable home phone service. So from now until the end of the year, Cascom will be offering an amazing deal on its triple play bundle services. Call today and get internet, Broadvision TV, and VoIP phone for only $99 a month for 6 full months. Call us today at 1-800-252-1799. No contracts or install fees. Some restrictions may apply.
Sockies didn't have great execution on their final possession of the quarter, and they lead 17-15 to start the second quarter. John's got a quick look at those shooting percentages.
Sockies shooting 6 of 12 from the floor, 50% have yet to shoot a three-pointer. Southeastern 6 of 12, 50%, 1 of 5 from 3.
Tom Abe trying to find Shaw on the pick and roll, and they turned it over as the ball went out of bounds. 5th turnover by the Sockies. And a chance for Southeastern to tie or take the lead. Winters will bring it up. A lot of sophomores in this game for the Suns. Started 4 of them, along with the one senior who's got the ball, and Jace Heaton. Heaton tries to drive in. Denied there by Tom Hay. Finds out top, a new man in. This is Ellis who's returned. His three-pointer no good. Rebound run down out front, though, by Winters. They'll work it around to Jace Heaton for a 3. It's way short. And it'll be ball out of bounds to the Sockies. Length of the court to go.
Suns are working hard. They really work hard for the rebounds as they're not got a lot of height, so they have to.
Well, they really try to spread out on the offensive side, and then when that three-point shot goes up, there's a couple of guys who are always very, very aggressively trying to get one of those rebounds, and they've gotten several offensive boards so far. Tom Abe tried to find Guthrie. Ball knocked loose. Guthrie gets it back, trying to be strong with the ball as Will. To Thomas, right side over to Priest. Shaw's also out there for the squad. Tom Abe with it left side. Looking, skip right side to Priest. Priest fakes the 3. Dribble drive inside, had it knocked away, and ball out of bounds for Pittsfield.
I believe that'll be Jarrett Keaton. It will. Jarrett Keaton's second foul, team 6th. Ball out of bounds to Pittsfield underneath the basket. He's going to stay out there right now with 2 fouls.
Priest to inbound, looks for Guthrie, lobs it in. The big man with the catch, puts it up, shot no good, but a foul called, and this will be Heaton's 3rd now, it appears.
Yeah, I think it will. Nope. Going to be Jace Heaton instead. It'll be his 2nd, team 7th. Will Guthrie to the free throw line shooting 2. He is 1 for 1 from there. He's got 9. 17-15, first one up and good. They get 18-15. Guthrie with 10. And Guthrie makes them both, give him 11. Makes it 19-15, 4-point lead for Pittsfield.
6:52 to play in the half. In the front court with the basketball is Jace Heaton. Heaton trying to get away from a double team, and he's fouled out front by Guthrie.
That'll be Guthrie's 2nd and the team 5th. And Guthrie will sit down as Petty's coming into the game. Guthrie with 11 of the Sockies' 19, so got to find some scoring from somewhere else.
6:45 to play in the second quarter. 19-15 the advantage for Pittsfield. Noah Petty has checked in. Pretty solid junior. He picks up his first foul.
Petty's first, team 6th. Got to move your feet.
Yep, tough to play defense with the feet in a static position. Out of bounds underneath here. Ellis throws it out front. That's Jace Heaton. Heaton drives right. He must be a lot quicker than I realized. Left wing over to Winters. Winters will throw the ball out to Heaton on the right wing. Heaton throws the skip pass, stolen away by Shaw. Off to Tom Habe, 3-on-2 for the Sockies. Tom Habe will take it to the rim, leave it down low to Thomas, who fakes, goes up with it, missed the layup. Sockies had a 3-on-2 and did not score. Got to execute on those opportunities. 6:11 to play in the second. Pittsfield a 4-point lead. Southeastern the basketball. Here's Jace Heaton for a deep 3, no good. I think he's got the green light just about any time he wants it. And Shaw grabs the board, throws it ahead to nobody in particular, and it's stolen away by Heaton. Heaton with the steal, drives inside, kicks it left wing over to Winters. Winters will put it on the floor. He'll try the drive in, shot up no good, fouled, and he'll shoot 2.
Foul going to go on Petty, his 2nd, team 7th. To the free throw line goes Jace Heaton shooting 2. No?
This is Winters.
I'm sorry, Braden Winters shooting 2. He's got 2 points. First 2 free throws of the evening for him. 19-15 the score. Pittsfield with the lead. 5:52 to go in the first half of play. First one up by Winters is good.
Big news out of the NFL. The Chiefs are releasing Kareem Hunt, their star running back. Of course, the video today surfaced from TMZ of him in a physical altercation. And the Chiefs not messing around there. Adios, amigo.
Next one is up, and it rolls around, rolls off, no good. Isaac Shaw's third rebound on that.
19-16 the score. 5:45 to play in the half.
The Chiefs know they're a Midwestern team, and Midwesterners are probably not going to put up with that.
You tell me a place where a man hitting a woman plays well, and that'll be a place I don't want to have any part of. Here's a turnaround shot by Priest, no good. Rebound fought for. Thomas saved it in bounds, and it's taken out of there by the Suns. And Colby Ellis. He'll give it off to Braden Winters. A chance for Southeastern to cut it to 1 with a 2 or tie it with a 3. 5:20 to play in the first half. Skip pass right wing. Over to Peyton Justice, the only other senior on this team, to Heaton. Left wing Winters. Winters will throw the skip pass on the right side to Brock Winters. In the corner to Bostic. Bostic with the ball into a double team. In some trouble, needs help, and the ball knocked out of bounds by Thomas. It'll remain with the Suns. Into the contest comes Jarek Heaton, the sophomore. He will replace Braden Winters, fellow sophomore. 5 sophomores on the roster, along with 4 freshmen, 2 seniors, and a junior for Southeastern. Here's a ball knocked into the backcourt, and it'll be run down all the way back there by Bostic.
Priest with really long arms was able to get a hand on it.
Gets it to Heaton. Heaton with the drive in, spin move, and a trap.
6 turnover against Southeastern. We've been stuck at 19-16 for quite a while.
Since the free throw anyway. Into the contest comes Colby Ellis. He replaces Brock Winters. Just under 5 minutes to play in the second quarter. It's 19-16. Pittsfield on top, looking to add to their lead here. And they've not had much opportunity to score without Guthrie in there. Tomei with it between the circles. He's not been free yet tonight. Free throw line is Shaw. Shaw will throw it top of the key to Van Winkle for a 3, and it's nothing but the bottom of the net.
Van Winkle with 6.
He didn't hesitate at all to let that one fly and makes it 22-16. 4:30 to play in the second. End of the front court, Heaton. Ball knocked away, got it back, and a try a little turnaround shot on the baseline won't fall. Shaw another board.
His 4th.
Shaw's got to chin that ball, not take it to the midsection though. Into the front court, Tomei. Long bounce pass finds Priest. Priest had trouble with the catch, throws it nearly away, but Tomei runs it down to Thomas, left side. 4-8-3, air ball. And the rebound down to Heaton, and a timeout for Southeastern. We'll pause as well. 4:07 to play in the half. 22-16. Pittsfield leads the Suns. We're back with you after this.
When you're way out on the farm right in the middle of harvest, there's nobody watching. No audience, no crowd. The only bright lights beam from a combine. They're not pointing at you. All that's here is a field. It may not look like a place of glory, but there's still a winner. There's still a score. For many farmers who planted Golden Harvest Seed this year, victory is about to set in. Contact Golden Harvest Seed Advisor Steve Farlow now for the seed to make every acre count. Golden Harvest and Steve Farlow are proud to help sponsor Central Panther football.
4:07 to play in the half. It's a 22-16 advantage for the Sockies. Southeastern called the timeout. It is their third of the half. And
I'm sorry, I'm losing my mind. Jacob,
he's got to go
the money.
Jacob is collecting the 50-50 winnings for
me, because I just won, and Gary Mendenhall tried to steal it from him.
Well, and Jacob needs to learn that there is a finder's fee for this. And we have found your collection, sir. Thank you, John. 4:07 to play in the half. 22-16 the advantage for the squad from Pittsfield. And we're back to live action as Southeastern had the timeout. Suns with the basketball. Heaton works it over on the left wing. Skip pass from Ellis on the right wing. Finds Boston. Between the circles to Heaton. And he's fouled by Priest, it appears.
That'll be Priest's first, and the team 8th will shoot 1-1, will Southeastern. Jarek Heaton to the free throw line. He's got 5 points and shooting his first free throw of the night. 22-16 the score. Pittsfield with the lead. 3:51 to go in the first half of play. And the first is up, and it's good by Heaton. He'll get the bonus.
I like this youngster. He's got a lot of confidence in his shot, and with a little strength, he's going to be a real player.
Next one's up and also good. Give him 7 already.
And then a whistle, and into the contest, Jace Heaton will return. He will sit down. That's Peyton Justice to the bench. 3:51 to play in the half. 22-18 the advantage for Pittsfield. Van Winkle with the left wing to Tom Haven in the corner. Works it to Van Winkle. Patient with it, looks down low on the lob and throws it away. Just wasn't open, tried to force it in. Heaton with the steal, run out into the front court, right side to Ellis. Ellis will work it over on the left wing to Winters. Winters works off of the screen. Palmer playing out there with 2 fouls. Winters goes around his man, shot up no good, fouled by Van Winkle, and another chance at the free throw line for the Suns. Van
Winkle's first team 9th, and to the free throw line goes Winters shooting 2. He is 1 for 2 from there. He's got 3 points. He'll be shooting 2. 22-18 the score. Pittsfield with the 4-point lead, 3:23 to go in the first half of play. And Braden Winters shooting 2 for Southeastern. First one up and good. Give him 4.
What'd you say the Suns were from the free throw line?
They are 6 of 7 right now. Sockies are 5 of 7.
Pittsfield having trouble staying in front of Southeastern, though. Good quickness by this young Suns squad.
They, if they could find a big man, Charlie, they'd be a really dangerous team, wouldn't they? Winters makes them both, give him 5.
And now a foul in the backcourt, a reach-in foul by Jarrett Keaton, and that will be his 3rd.
Yeah, that's a bad one. His 3rd, team 8th, and he'll sit down.
Looks like a young guy foul.
K. Tomhave to the free throw line, shooting 1 and 1. He's looking for his first points of the evening. 22-20 the score. Pittsfield with the 2-point lead, led by as many as 6. 3:22 to go in the first half of play. And Tomhave's first is up, and it's good. Give him the bonus.
Tomhave's going to draw a lot of the better defenders when Pittsfield plays because the Sockies aren't blessed with a ton of shooters. And so he'll have to really work to get his points every night.
It's not as if other coaches aren't aware of that. And second one's up, no good. Rebound tipped around, comes down to Van Winkle, and then he's fouled.
By Bostic.
And that'll be Reed Bostic's second foul, team 9th.
Offensive rebounds on free throws have to drive coaches absolutely nuts.
Van Winkle with 6 points so far, 23-20 the score. Pittsfield with the 3-point lead now, 3:20 to go.
As the team, the non-shooting team on free throws, you have 4 guys compared to 3. It should be your ball about every time.
First one's up and good. He'll get the bonus. Give him 7.
Van Winkle playing with some confidence in this one.
He is. Good to see. Makes it 24-20. Make it 25-20. Van Winkle with 8.
3:19 to play in the half. Pittsfield lead back out to 5. It's been single digits all night.
No more than 6 so far.
Very competitive game here. Here's Heaton with the ball. Has it knocked away. Run down by Winters. Sockies are in a zone now. First time tonight for that. Right side Boston. Tried to work it inside. Ball knocked away from behind by Palmer and into the hands of Tomhave. He'll push it to Van Winkle, who threw it away into the front court. And they'll say it's going to be
tipped out of bounds by someone, but
referees are going to get together and say who touched it last. I think this will be Southeastern's ball.
Van Winkle needs to go out for the football team again as he got a heck of a tackle there, Charlie.
It'll be Pittsfield ball. Here's Thomas back in for Pittsfield, replaces Van Winkle. On the other side, into the contest, Justice sits Bostic down. Brad Tomhave, you could read his lips right there to Van Winkle, says just slow down. Slow down, see the floor before you make that pass. He did some good things, but a learning opportunity here. They'll get him back in there in a moment. 2:43 to play in the half here. 25-20 advantage Pittsfield. Priest with the ball out front. Look back door. There's Thomas. Dribble drive inside. I thought travel was going to be called, but instead of blocking
foul. Foul going to go against Winters, his 3rd, team 10th, and to the free throw line goes Jonathan Thomas looking for his first points of the evening. 25-20 the score, 5-point lead for the Sockies. 2:37 to go in the first half of play. Thomas's first is up, and it's a little long, no good.
A little hard. Shot out of a cannon that time.
Next one's up. He had a little more touch, but still a little long. Rebound comes down to Kobe Ellis, his second.
2:30 to play in the half. 25-20 the advantage for the Sockies. Winters with the ball out near the half-court line. Winters kind of reminds me of Winston Smith, who was a really good player for this program a couple of years ago.
A really good player.
He hit the ball in the middle of the heat, and he dishes it off. Ooh, missing the easy shot was Peyton Justice, and Priest has the rebound for Pittsfield. Palmer with the ball in the backcourt, finds Priest, right back to Palmer, and he'll bring it across. 2:08 to play in the second quarter. Palmer down low to Shaw. Out to Tomhave. Tomhave on the dribble drive. Works the top of the key, Priest. They swing it around Thomas. Right side now, Palmer. Good ball movement. Good recovery by the Suns on the defensive side.
Sockies have had good movement without the ball tonight.
Priest with the basketball. Down low to Palmer. Turns and faces, looking for Thomas. Thomas gets caught underneath and turns it over. It's not very good
turnover against Pittsfield.
Not very good balance that time. He was walking on a tight wire down there. Winters out top. Jace Heaton fakes the three, now drives. Little up and under move, and he scores. Jace Heaton another two.
He's got 6.
25-22 with 1:30 to play in the half. Pittsfield's lead again shaved to 3. Tomhave with the basketball. Into a double team, left his feet and turned it over. Turnover on the Sockies, stolen away. Winters on the run out, and it's a 1-point game. 25-24.
Braden Winters with 7 now.
Tomhave left his feet trying to make a pass, and the man he was going to pass to then cut to the basket, and he was in no man's land. 1:05 to play in the second. 25-24, Pittsfield clinging to a 1-point lead. Tomhave to Shaw. He'll pass it right side to Palmer. Fake the three with 55 seconds to play in the half. Out top, Priest. Priest will look to Thomas. Thomas dribbles it out front, gives it off to Shaw. Shaw looking down low, throws it to Priest. Dangerous pass. Priest runs it down. Sockies trying to force things down low right now, and they've really missed Will Guthrie here for the majority of this second quarter. 35 seconds to play. The Sockies have the basketball up by a point. Palmer with it with 25 seconds left. He'll work it back out. On the bounce against Winters with 20. Winters trying to keep a 5 count. Got to be close to 5. Gets it to Thomas.
Brad Efka's not happy as he thought it should have been a 5 count. Timeout by Brad Tomhave, his first full timeout. 25-24 the score. Pittsfield with the 1-point lead. 15.9 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Pause for the break. Back with you after this.
Geared Up is your local choice for custom apparel and awards. No matter the season, sport, or event, we've got the gear to make it a success. Ask us about our fundraising program, available to all schools, businesses, and community organizations. Check us out online at www.wegearyouup.com or call 217-473-6290. That's 473-6290 for Geared Up, custom apparel, and awards.
Pittsfield will have the basketball coming out of the timeout. 15.9 seconds to play in the half. 25-24 is the advantage for the Sockies. Turnovers, again, an issue for Pittsfield.
9 turnovers to Pittsfield to 7 for Southeastern.
So really not great either way in that category.
Coaches would probably like to keep them, about under 10 for the game?
Yeah, 10 to 12 I think you can be okay with. Really good teams don't even turn it over that much.
Sometimes you get turnovers making good plays too, but an awful lot of the Sockies turnovers tonight have been making bad plays. Getting caught in the air and not having a place to go or just throwing the ball away.
Well, I've ever seen a good turnover. 15.9 seconds to play in the half. Pittsfield up by a point. Palmer goes in the backcourt to get it here. He'll bring it up with the man playing tough defense on him and Justice. Palmer with it with 7. Looking to the right wing with 5. Crosses over, splits a double team, drives in, and is called for traveling.
10th turnover against Pittsfield, and 3.2 seconds to go in the first half.
Tomhave lost a shoe somehow out there. He had to go down and retrieve it. Here's Jarek Keaton back into the game. Also, Brock Winters returns for Pittsfield. Van Winkle in as Palmer takes a chair. 3.2 seconds to play in the half. A chance for Southeastern to take a lead here right before the halftime break. Winters will get it on the inbounds. He'll take a couple of the dribbles. Has the ball on the right wing. Throws up a 3. No good at the buzzer. And we've reached halftime where it's Pittsfield 25, Southeastern 24. We'll take a look at halftime stats on the halftime show following this.
In farming, there are many important decisions that must be made in order to get the most profitability out of your investment. No decision is more important than selecting the best seed for your fields. Jansen Seed and Service in Golden is the place to go for all your channel seed needs. Doug Jansen has over 30 years experience as an independent seed dealer. Giving him the knowledge to select the right seed for your field, contact Jansen Seed and Services today, 217-696-4658 or 430-2865. At Country Financial, we know everyone's situation is unique, and we believe that even the biggest goals start with simple steps. So when it comes to protecting the things you love and planning for the future, don't get overwhelmed. Get started today with John Hibbert, your Country Financial agent in Camp Point, Illinois. That's John Hibbert, your Country Financial agent. Call 217-593-6819. John Hibbert, Country Financial, 217-593-6819.
We welcome you back at halftime, where it's a 25-24 advantage for Pittsfield on top of Southeastern. The Sockies led 17-15 after one quarter, and so the Suns outscored them by one here in the second to make it a one-point game. We had some lead changes early in the game, 5 of them in fact. Pittsfield's led by as many as 6. Southeastern's led by, what, 2?
2, yes.
In this contest. Turnovers in the ball game, 10 of them for Pittsfield, 7 for the Suns. On the fouling side, Southeastern was whistled for 10 team fouls, 3 apiece against Jarek Heaton and also Brock Winters, and then 2 fouls apiece against Reed Bostick and Jace Heaton for Pittsfield. 9 fouls against the Sockies, 2 of them on Will Guthrie, 2 on Noah Petty, 2 fouls on Jack Palmer, and then a single foul on Priest, Van Winkle, and also with a single foul in the first half was Isaac Shaw. It's a 25-24 advantage at halftime for Pittsfield over Southeastern. John has a look at individual scoring and team shooting percentages after this.
Press Yours on You is celebrating 13 years as your source for school spirit wear. They can personalize varsity jackets, hoodies, t-shirts, hats, duffel bags, flags, and more. Show your school pride with a bumper sticker or window decal from Press Yours on You. Visit their online store at www.pressyoursonyou.com or visit them on Facebook. Press Yours on You, 506 West Wood on Highway 24 in Camp Point. Call 593-6031. Fellowship of Christian Athletes is an international and local organization that provides support for our athletes and coaches in the area. Small groups called huddles meet regularly in our schools and communities to build strong relationships. Todd Sweatman is our area director for Western Illinois. Todd is a longtime educator and coach and also serves as the chaplain at McMurray College. Julie Ross, area rep, is working with Adams and Brown County schools to support coaches and athletes. Jack Hull, longtime radio broadcaster and sports official, is serving with Julie and Todd throughout the Western Illinois region. We need your support as boosters, first in prayer and also with your financial monthly support. You can help us strengthen the huddles in your schools. Contact us at westernilfca.org to find out more and get our contact information. Won't you join us in lifting Jesus Christ up in our schools, athletes, coaches, and communities? Go to westernilfca.org or email me at jhull@fca.org. Get involved in FCA for your youth today.
Hey, we're back at halftime on Central Illinois Sports. John's here and everything. 25-24, the lead for Pittsfield at halftime over Southeastern. John's counting up his big winning from the 50-50, and he's going to take a break from that and give you a chance to learn about who scored in the first half. John.
Sorry, I had to loan my youngest brother some money, Charlie.
Shocker.
I am stunned, too. First for the Southeastern Suns, they finished first half shooting 8 of 20 from the floor, 40%. 1 of 9 from 3, 11%, and 7 of 8 from the free throw line, 87.5%. They were led in scoring in the first half by 7 points from Jarek Keaton and 7 from Braden Winters, 6 from Jace Heaton, and then 2 points apiece from Reed Bostick and Kobe Ellis in the first half. They had 9 total rebounds in the first half. Sockies with 13 total rebounds. In the first half for the Sockies, they finished the first half shooting 7 of 16 from the floor, 43.75%, 1 of 2 from 3, 50%, and 8 of 12 from the free throw line for 67%. Led in scoring by 11 points from Will Guthrie, most of those in the first quarter of play. 8 points from Griffin Van Winkle off the bench, and then 2 points from Isaac Shaw, 2 from Jack Palmer, and then a single point from Cooper Priest and Cade Tomhave on a couple of made free throws for those two gentlemen. And Charlie, it may be one of those where it's a different guy every night that leads the Sockies. Right now, it's kind of looking that way.
25-24, they have the advantage right now, but man, they didn't score much after Guthrie went out. I think they had 19 points and scored just 6 after Will Guthrie sat down at that second foul. So it's important for them to have them out there. And, you know, it's interesting, Guthrie's 6'6", but it's not like Shaw or really even Priest are small out there. Neither one of them had nearly the success as Will Guthrie did to get open and get good looks at the basket. So we'll have to try to figure out, get some of those other guys involved in there as well. And then a couple of things Pittsfield has to do, take care of the basketball, number one. You know, turnovers in spots that are leading to points. You can live with some turnovers when they're dead ball turnovers, but turnovers leading to fast breaks for this Southeastern Sun squad is something that's going to lose Pittsfield this game if they don't figure it out here at halftime. The other thing for the Sockies when you're in the half court, got to really work on keeping your man in front of you. I know Southeastern's got a couple kids who are quick, but the Sockies a couple times got passed by like they were standing still. Got to keep those feet moving on defense and anticipate the movement of your man just a little bit, be able to keep him out of the paint. Here at halftime, it's a 25-24 advantage for Pittsfield over Southeastern. A break here. We'll talk more about this one after this.
Farmers State Bank of Camp Point, a branch of United Community Bank, wants to be your bank. Their friendly and helpful staff enjoys working with customers to give them the best banking experience possible. They're a full-service bank offering savings, checking, CDs, IRAs, and now offering mobile banking where you can bank from your smartphone. They can handle all your borrowing needs, whether it's home, auto, commercial, or agricultural loans. Contact Farmers State Bank at 217-593-7756. We want to be your bank. Member FDIC. Few things compare to Camp Point Central's fans' dedication to the Panthers. The same can be said about Channel and the farmers they serve. You see, unlike other seed companies, they don't have salesmen. With Channel, you get the advantage of a dedicated Channel seedsman, a trusted year-round advisor who can provide the right recommendations for your fields. It's their hands-on approach that truly sets them apart. Customized service, expert advice, elite seed management products. Find your Channel seedsman at channel.com or contact local district sales manager Matt Hughes at 217-242-8852. The caring and experienced professionals at Hamilton Funeral Homes are here to support you through this difficult time. We offer a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on us to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one, and we'll carefully guide you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. You're welcome to call us at any time of the day, any day of the week. Visit our funeral home in person or on the web at hamiltonfuneralhome.com. Call 217-593-6517. A
25-24 advantage at halftime for Pittsfield on top of Southeastern. I can also tell you that at halftime, Western was leading Griggsville Perry by a 1-point lead. Illini West leads North Fulton 42-39 headed to the fourth quarter.
That's a lot of points from Illini West, Charlie.
West Prairie on top of South Fulton 32-21. The QD Raiders lead Monroe City 25-18 in just about halftime in that game, as they've held C.E. Talton scoreless for Monroe City. Pretty impressive there. He's a very good scorer for that Monroe City squad. Hannibal and Hickman are tied at the end of three quarters at 39 points apiece. Of course, Hannibal got a little bit of a late start due to a pretty long football season again this year.
Congratulations to Coach St. Clair on his final season.
Yep, congratulations to him. Also want to congratulate a couple of public servants in our area. Donnie Apps, who's been the county clerk for a while now. Debbie Dugan, who was a circuit clerk, who actually I know hasn't served for a couple of months due to taking a different position, but really served the community well. Paul Petty, the sheriff, who will be stepping down after this weekend, retiring there. And also Captain John Pinnock from the Pike County Sheriff's Department going to be retiring. And we just thank them all for all their years of service to the county, the community, and our little neck of the woods, and definitely appreciate all the many hours they put into making this area a better place.
Everybody but Mr. Apps is disappointed that he was the big winner in the retirement bonus there, as he won the Queen of Hearts game at the Moose a couple weeks ago, too. So.
Congratulations to him. Hey, We're back to basketball action here, and Southeastern has the ball. They've got Brock and Braden Winters, along with Jason Jarek Heaton, and then Colby Ellis, who may be a cousin to one of these guys. Here's the ball stolen away by Tomhay. Tomhay with the steal, doesn't have numbers, still going to try to push, goes at the rim, left-hand shot no good. Rebound down to Jace Heaton. He'll push it the other way for Southeastern. He doesn't have the numbers and slows it down. That's Winters, with the ball. Winters on the dribble. Southeastern looking to retake a lead. We had 5 lead changes early in the game. It's been a while since the Suns have led, but they're trying to retake that advantage here. Ellis to Braden Winters. Winters with Tomhay on him, right side over to Ellis. They swing it around on the left side. Here's Jarek Heaton, 3, good. Jarek Heaton from downtown. He's got 9.
He has 10, actually. 6th lead change as Southeastern has gone up by 2 once again.
27-25 with 7 minutes to play in the third. Tomhay to Palmer, back to Tomhay on the wing, dribbles it out front. Now he has it knocked away, stolen away by Braden Winters with the steal. The shot no good. Tomhay called for the foul.
That'll be Tomhay's first and the team first. And to the free throw line goes Braden Winters, shooting 2. He is shooting an impossible percentage right now, as I actually have him 3 of 2 from the free throw line. He's actually 3 of 4, I believe. First one's up and no good. (27-25) the score. Southeastern with the lead. 6:51 to go in the third quarter of play. Sockies have yet to score in this third quarter. Shot up and good this time by Winters. Give him 8. Makes it a 28-25, biggest lead of the night for Southeastern at 3 now.
Palmer with the basketball for the Sockies. He'll work it left wing to Van Winkle. Van Winkle will take a couple of bounces. Now has picked it up, needs some help. Coming free is Palmer. Works it right side to Priest in the corner. 4-8-3, in and out and back in. Priest with a tray.
He's got 4.
Makes it 28 all with 6:25 to play.
Second tie of the game. We've been tied at 2 and 28.
Heaton with the basketball. It's Winters, Winters.
Boy, they look alike, though, don't they?
Works it to Ellis. Now at top, Brock Winters. To Heaton. Jace Heaton now gets the ball from Jarek. Little give and go, brother-to-brother action. Missed the layup, and the rebound pulled down by Shaw.
His 5th.
Into the front court, Palmer with it for the Sockies. Works it right side to Priest. Priest holds it high. Now to Shaw, out between the circles. Van Winkle, left side over to Palmer. Free throw line, Guthrie. Down low to Shaw. Little high-low game. Shaw completes it on the right side of the rim. And Pittsfield retakes the advantage. 30-28 the score with 5:45 remaining in the third.
7th lead change for Pittsfield. 4th point for Isaac Shaw.
Out front, Heaton with the ball. Traveled, and the foul going to be called on the floor against Priest.
That'll be Priest's second, team second against Pittsfield. It'll be ball out of bounds underneath the basket to Southeastern. And Coach Tomhay unhappy with the call there.
Well, it looked like he traveled to me, but I'm a long way away. 5:36 to play in the third. Inbounds pass comes in right side, Jace Heaton. Drives by Guthrie, gets to the rim. Shot blocked by Priest, out of bounds. It'll stay with the Suns underneath.
Priest just got a hand on the ball, and he was a lot bigger than Jace Heaton. Heaton unhappy not to get a foul there.
He thought Guthrie had gotten him with the body, and he may have. 5:31 to play in the third. Inbounds pass coming. Got to be close to 5, and finally does come in the corner to Jarek Heaton. Drives right by Guthrie to the rim and scores. Another 2 for Jarek Heaton, the sophomore.
He's got 12. We're tied at 30.
Game is tied at 30 points apiece with 5:19 to play in the third. Palmer on the right side. Ball off of Van Winkle and out of bounds. Turnover on the Sockies.
12th.
And a chance for the Suns to retake an advantage here.
Almost a turnover that would have just been headed the other way, but it ended up getting through that man and then off of Van Winkle's hands out of bounds.
5:10 to play in the third. Yeah, Sockies telegraphed the pass that time. Now Jarek Heaton has the ball, hit him kind of hard in the hands, gathers and goes towards the rim, and a jump ball. As Van Winkle tied it up, it'll be Pittsfield ball out of bounds. The referee pointed that way so hard, I thought he was pointing it would be the Suns' ball. But
9th turnover against Southeastern. Yeah, I was confused there.
Suns had the ball to start the second half, so Pittsfield had the possession arrow. They're tied at 30 with Southeastern. 4:52 to play in the third. Guthrie with the ball down low, goes at the rim, missed it too hard, gets his own rebound on the other side, tried to dribble, now the ball knocked loose, and finally steered free to Van Winkle, down to Palmer, he finds Shaw, Counted and one. What looked very bad for the Sakis all of a sudden turned into gold there, and 2 points for Shaw on that one, and an and one opportunity with the free throw.
Foul Braden Winters first, team first of the second half, shot at the free throw line, shooting 1. He's got 6 points, 32-30 the score, Pittsfield with the lead. They led last.
Yeah, I can tell you the Sakis are not taught to get the rebound and then go back down with it, but they've done that a lot tonight, and Southeastern has been pesky with the hands on the ball.
Shot up is up and no good. Rebound comes down to Jarek Keaton, his 5th already.
A push into the front court. Look at him fly across there. Ball knocked loose, and Priest has the steal.
10th turnover on Southeastern.
Get it to Palmer. Palmer will bring it up. 4:28 to play in the third. 32-30 Sakis. Here's Van Winkle. Turns down the 3. Works it out to Palmer. Right side Priest was calling for it. He'll look free throw line off to Guthrie. Down low Shaw. Shot blocked. Rebound all the way out to Priest, who fakes the 3. Dishes it again to Guthrie. A little high-low game again to Shaw. This time the ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Sakis underneath.
Well, Guthrie says they're wanting to really attack me hard, so that means that somebody else is open.
Well, Shaw's open down there. He's stronger than that to get that shot blocked. He's got to go up with some authority. Palmer to throw it in. He gets it into Guthrie. Guthrie puts it on the floor. Little floater up, left it short. Rebound out of bounds. It'll be Pittsfield ball. Underneath again here. With 4:05 to play in the third. 32-30, the advantage for Pittsfield. Inbounds pass, Palmer looking for Priest. Finds him. Left-hand layup up and good.
Priest with 6 now.
Good execution by the Sakis. Makes it 34-30. Just under 4 minutes to play in the third. Can they string some defensive stops together? It'll have to be next time. Ooh, no, the ball knocked loose, and it is taken down on the rebound by Guthrie. Palmer into the front court to Priest. Led him a little too far, had to save it into Shaw, whose shot is up. Count it! That time he powered through the contact, and 1 for Isaac Shaw.
Count the basket. Foul going to go against Peyton Justice. His first, team second. And shot at the free throw line, shooting 1. He's 0 for 1 from there.
Southeastern will call the timeout first. We'll pause as well. 3:45 to play in the third. 36-30. The lead for the Sakis. Back with you after this.
As the year starts to come to an end and families enjoy more time indoors, Cascom realizes you need reliable internet, great television, and a reliable home phone service. So from now until the end of the year, Cascom will be offering an amazing deal on its triple play bundle services. Call today and get internet, Broadvision TV, and VoIP phone for only $99 a month for 6 full months. Call us today at 1-800-252-1799. No contracts or install fees. Some restrictions may apply.
Well, it will be Southeastern with their 4th timeout of the game, so there's 1 timeout left.
Brett Ufka's just trying to keep his young team in the game here as much as he can. Sakis with the 6-point lead, 36-30. Been tied at 2:28 and 30, so Sakis on a 6-0 run here.
Well, if you're Brett Ufkas and you've got a young team and you're not extremely deep, playing about 7 or 8 guys most of the time, it looks like, you're kind of balancing those timeouts between moments where you can make adjustments and moments that you need a breather.
Yeah.
And, 5, unfortunately, the team with the roster makeup he has just maybe not enough on some nights. He's going to have to pull the Jeff Sharman maybe and say, hey, Coach, can you call one for me on the other side?
Shot up and a little long, no good. Rebound comes down to Guthrie, still loose actually to Priest.
Down low, Van Winkle finds Guthrie, who puts it up and in, and Pittsfield has an 8-point lead.
Biggest of the night now.
38-30, 3:33 to play in the third.
Guthrie with 13.
Into the front court, Braden Winters with the ball. Works it out to Heaton. Heaton with a crossover, drives inside. Hop, skip, jump, and a foul.
I believe it'll be Priest, and it will. That'll be Cooper Priest's 3rd foul, team 3rd, and it'll be ball out of bounds to Southeastern underneath the basket. 38-30 the score. Pittsfield with the 8-point lead, 3:24 to go in the third quarter of play. Southeastern inbounding.
Tom Haben, Priest sat down. Inbounds pass coming, and it is in a spot to where sure looked like that man was on the baseline, but the Suns were able to keep it alive with Jace Heaton. Finds Winters.
He was walking a tightrope there, wasn't he?
Winters, right side. Man in the corner for a 3 is Ellis from downtown.
Ellis with 5.
38-33. Suns fighting in this game. Van Winkle throws a pass that's right to the man in Ellis with a steal.
13th turnover.
Winters drives by, shot up no good. Rebound comes down to Palmer.
His third.
He'll push into the front court. Down low to Tom Have off the glass and in. Nice job by Palmer. Really drew the defender to him and then dumped it off at the last moment.
A good find that time.
2:42 to play in the third. 40-33. Saki's back up by 7. Left side, Winters. He works it off to Jarrett Keaton, who is tied up along with Guthrie. And on the possession arrow, it will favor Southeastern. Jarrett Keaton shows he's got some strength in that smaller frame.
He's really worked hard tonight. He's got 12 points, 12 of their 33 for the sophomore.
Pun is intended, but really sincere as well. The future looks bright for the Suns, doesn't it?
Oh, there's Suns have a man down.
Here's Winters on the drive to the basket. Shot no good. Fouled by Guthrie.
It'll be Guthrie's third, team fourth. Man down was Reed Bostic, and he still kind of looks a little dazed. To the free throw line goes Braden Winters. He's 4 of 6 from there. He's got 8. Shooting 2 more. 40-33 the score. Pittsfield with the 7-point lead. 2:29 to go in the third quarter of play. First one up for Winters rolls around and finally rolls off.
Wouldn't you like to see Will Guthrie develop an attitude? I mean, I don't want to say like all the antics, but sort of like Christian Leitner had at Duke.
Not all the antics, but sure.
Something that gives you a little bit of an edge. Here's Petty in. He's going to sit Guthrie down. On the other side, on the same side, sitting down was...
What are we doing here?
Okay, well, they're not going to bring Petty in.
Why?
I don't know. They buzzed him in.
Second one's up and good by Winters. Give him 9.
Hey, now they're going to bring Petty in, it looks like. And
I have no idea what happened there.
He's going to replace Guthrie. That's what they tried to do a second ago, but the referee said maybe he reported to the bench. Too late. Could be. 2:25 to play in the third. 40-34 the advantage for Pittsfield. Jonathan Thomas is back into the game. He gets it to Tom Have, now right side Palmer. Saki struggled to score without Guthrie out there in the first half. He's on the bench now with 3 fouls with 2:13 to play in the third. Palmer tried to throw it inside, turned it over.
14th turnover.
Brock Winters with the steal.
4th of the second half.
Gets it to Jace Heaton with 2:04 to play in this third period. He's picked it up near the half-court line. Finds Justice over to Winters. Winters, the little step back, right side Jarrett Keaton, and an offensive foul going to be called against Jarrett Keaton.
11th turnover, Jarrett Keaton's 4th foul, team 3rd, and he's kind of powered through his defender that time.
1:52 to play in the third. 40-34 the advantage for Pittsfield, trying to add to that lead here. Heaton had to take the chair with that 4th foul, as John told you. Tom Have gets it in the corner from Palmer. Tom Have in a bad spot there, needs some help. Gets it back to Palmer, had the ball knocked loose. Saves it in bounds to Shaw, who dribbles. Tries to go up, shot no good. Rebound comes down to the Suns. Winters with the board. He'll drive it to the front court. Layup up left hand, good.
Braden Winters with 11.
40-36, down to a 4-point game. Now the ball gets free. 1:27 to play in the third. It'll be Pittsfield all length of the court to go.
The ball escaped all on its own, didn't it?
Saki's big men have got to stop taking the ball down below their waist. Keep it high.
Especially against a team that's tallest man is 6 foot tall.
Keep it high. Palmer with the ball. Out top to Thomas. Right side Tom Have. Turned down the 3. Looking instead in the post. Couldn't find anything to Thomas. To Tom Have. 1:08 to play in the third. 40-36, Saki's clinging to a 4-point lead.
I'm disappointed we don't have a Thompson to go with them.
Now Thomas throws it up for grabs. Petty goes and gets it. Missed the layup. Rebound will be run down by the Suns.
Winters, his third.
Saki's got a look that time, just could not score. 52 seconds to play in the third. Suns down by 4, but on the attack here. As Jace Heaton has the basketball. Leaves it off to Justice. Justice will try the dribble drive, kicks it out to Winters. Winters is fouled by Tom Have.
Tom Have second, team 5th. It'll be a ball out of bounds on the far sideline to Southeastern.
39.6 seconds to play in the third. Inbounds goes out by the half-court line to Winters. Saki's set into a zone here. Winters, right side, Justice. Justice with the basketball out between the circles. Winters, left side, Ellis. They try to throw it inside, and it's nearly turned over, but run down out there by Heaton to Winters with 23 seconds to play in the third. They go on the short corner, and a foul called against Thomas.
Thomas's first, team 6th. The Suns are 3 of 11 from 3 on the night, but all 3 of those were made by Jarek Heaton, who's on the bench with 4 fouls.
3 of 11?
3 of 11.
20.1 seconds to play in the third. Inbounds pass comes to Brock Winters. Thought about the three, now puts it on the floor.
He was wide open. That was why he was thinking about it.
Out near the half-court line to Winters with 13. Now 10 seconds left. Skip pass left side, Ellis. Free throw line, Heaton. Fakes now, drives. Gets the man off of his feet. Foul, no call, my goodness. Rebound down to the Sockies. Tom Habe with it, looking there. Thomas will travel with 0.6 of a second left.
15th turnover on Pittsfield, and Thomas just not looking for the ball that time.
0.6 of a second left. Suns will inbound it, turn and heave. Good if it goes. It'll hit one of the cheerleaders. 40-36, Pittsfield on top of Southeastern at the end of 3 quarters. Back with fourth quarter play-by-play after this.
When you or your family are feeling under the weather, you can count on Illini Express in Pittsfield. Illini Express is a walk-in clinic located on the south side of the Pittsfield Square and is open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday. $75 is the charge and can be billed to your insurance. Children must be at least 18 months old. Illini Express opens 7 to 7 Monday through Saturday and on major holidays 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. Illini Express, a partner of Illini Community Hospital in Pittsfield.
40-36 is the lead for Pittsfield on top of Southeastern after 3 quarters. John has a look at shooting percentages.
Saki shooting 14 of 29 from the floor, 48%, 2 of 3 from 3. And Southeastern 12 of 31, 39%, 3 of 12 from 3. Southeastern 9 of 12 from the free throw line. Saki's 8 of 14.
At halftime, West Central led Brown County 39-28. That feeling that West Central is going to be a handful for a lot of teams in this area this season and next season. I think they've only got one senior on the roster.
How does it happen you only have one senior on the roster like a couple of years in a row?
I don't know, but Brad Tomave talking about West Central the other day said legitimate Final Four team this and next year. And I don't think he's wrong. Here's Palmer down low. Kicks it out to Tom Have. Right side for a 3. It's good. Okay, Tom Have tickles the twine from 19-9, and it's 43-36. Saki's on top, 7:40 to play in the contest.
Tom Have with 6 now.
That's his first 3-point attempt of the game.
It is, and he made it.
Ball in the hands of Ellis for Southeastern to Justice. Justice right side to Winters. 7:24 to play in the contest, 43-36 Sockies. Winters drives in and is fouled by Thomas or Shaw. Shaw, it appears.
They're going to call it on Thomas, his second. Team 7th. To the free throw line goes Braden Winters. He's 5 of 8 from the free throw line. He's got 11. 43-36 the score. Pittsfield with the 7-point lead. 7:19 to go in the ball game. First one up by Winters is no good, a little long.
Here is Bostic back into the game. Brock Winters takes a chair.
Winters the only guy that's missed free throws on the night for Southeastern.
Braden Winters?
Yes. He has taken 10 of them, and they've only shot 14, though, so that's part of it. Second one's up and good. Give him 12. He usually makes at least one of the two.
43-37. Pittsfield's lead down to 6 with 7:17 remaining. Palmer will work the ball across to Tom Have. Back to Palmer, right wing over to Guthrie. Guthrie the ball there, looks free throw line to Palmer. A little turnaround, baby hook up and good.
Palmer with 4.
45-37, the lead for Pittsfield. 7 minutes left in this one. Saki's trying to finish with a victory here at Voschel Gym. Right side with it is Ellis. In the corner, they swing it around to Justice for all, no good. Rebound, tipped in, Tom Have will get it. Had a man streaking free in the front court. He finds him, and Thomas, who puts it up, shot no good, and a foul whistled against the aforementioned Peyton Justice.
Justice is second, team 4th. And Thomas to the free throw line, shooting 2. He's over 2 from there. He's looking for his first points of the night. 45-37 the score. Pittsfield with the lead, 6:42 to go in the game. Tom Have with a good find there. Thomas just got fouled hard. And shooting a couple here. His first is up, and it's still a little long, no good.
Doesn't have a lot of touch at the free throw line. Jarek Heaton going to come in. He will replace Peyton Justice.
Heaton with 4 fouls, but he's got 12 points.
Jace Heaton is now getting some attention from the trainer.
I think he must have blood on his uniform, possibly.
They'll work on that real quick. Well, Phil Wilkerson.
And they say, okay, now he's good.
Thanks, Phil. 6:42 to play in the fourth. 45-37, the advantage for the Sockies, and Thomas trying to add to that with his free throw.
His second is up and still a little long, no good. Rebound comes down to Jared Keaton.
Shots were identical.
His seventh.
Off the back iron. Into the front court with it is Winters to Jarrett Keaton. They know they need him in there right now as a shooter, even though he's got 4 fouls, 6:30 to play. He's left alone, didn't even look to shoot. Brett Upka says, what are you doing? Now he'll get it back in the corner, puts it on the floor. Out top, Ellis swings it around on the right side to Winters. Winters with the ball out between the circles to Ellis. Back to Winters. He'll work it to Ellis. To Jace Heaton for a 3. It's in and out, no good. Guthrie grabs the board for the Sockies.
His fifth.
To Palmer, 6:05 left, 45-37 Pittsfield. Palmer with the crossover dribble into the front court. Now he looks to the bench, passes it right side to Thomas. Thomas a single dribble. Yeah, he did. And then he double dribbles.
16th turnover against Pittsfield. He was trying to turn it over, working really hard at it. He's going to get to sit down as Priest will come in the game.
He's going to sit down and tell you what, if that move was legal, there'd be a lot of guys who are a lot better basketball players. They'll pick it up, then dribble again.
Yeah, but it would give LeBron James a really, really unfair advantage.
Does it a lot already.
Yeah,
6:48 to play. Check that, 5:48 to play. Right side with it is Braden Winters for a 3, no good. Rebound down to Guthrie, his 6th. Works the outlet pass to Tom Hafe. Sockies lead by 8 with 5:33 to play. Palmer will work it left side to Priest, who's really played pretty well for the Sockies for the most part tonight. Right side, Palmer. Throws it up for Guthrie. A little high-low game down to Shaw, who puts it up and in for 2 more.
Shaw with 10, and Guthrie's got to have assists on at least 2 or 3 of those baskets.
47-37, and now Southeastern will call their final timeout of the game. 5:15 remaining, 47-37. Sockies on top. Back with you after this.
Geared Up is your local choice for custom apparel and awards. No matter the season, sport, or event, we've got the gear to make it a success. Ask us about our fundraising program, available to all schools, businesses, and community organizations. Check us out online at www.wegearyouup.com or call 217-473-6290. That's 473-6290 for Geared Up, custom apparel, and awards.
5:15 to play. 47-37. Pittsfield has a 10-point lead, double-digit advantage for the first time in the contest. And it'll be ball out of bounds to the Suns after they took their final timeout of the game. Pittsfield has 4 timeouts remaining.
Maybe Coach Conway will call one for him, do you think? I'm going to doubt it.
Bostic with the ball right side. I'm not really questioning any of the timeouts that Brett Epkus has
absolutely
taken,
not. He just needs about 8 or 9 of them right now.
Yeah, just trying to learn on the fly. Here's Tom Hay with a steal, pushes it ahead to Guthrie. Guthrie drives in, lays it up. Shot is no good. Rebound, Shaw soars in and puts it up and in for 2.
Shaw with 12 now.
12 points for Isaac Shaw. 49-37 Pittsfield with 4:50 left.
That was almost like an assist from Guthrie also.
Left wing with it is Jarrett Keaton. Sockies are back into that zone. Right side on the baseline, they work it around to Winters. Winters looks in the middle, ball knocked away by Guthrie. Tom Habe secures the steal.
13th turnover against Southeastern.
4:30 to play. Tom Habe with a behind-the-back dribble. Takes it across. Still the eyes behind him to make sure the man wasn't come up to steal it from behind. Palmer looked back door, wasn't open. Instead, free throw line to Guthrie. Back out top, throws it, well, it was to Palmer. And
evidently it was tipped.
I guess it was tipped. Right side, Priest with it in the corner. Gets it into Guthrie, and they'll call a foul.
Is that going to be Jared Keaton's 5th? I think it might be.
Is that ball tipped?
I don't think it was tipped. That's going to be Jared Keaton's 5th, team 5th of the second half. He's going to foul out of the game, and he has no idea what he did. He's rather upset.
He'll sit down.
He leaves the game with 12 points, and he played a really nice game.
Nobody signaled the tip, and everybody just kind of looked at one another to see if they thought it was tipped. Shaw with the ball, out to Tomei with a behind-the-head pass, and they'll call him for traveling.
Kind of stepped into the shot that time. 17th turnover on the night for Pittsfield, 7th of the second half.
4:04 to play. 49-37 Pittsfield on top. Right side with a Bostic. In the corner it goes to Winters. Winters out of a double team, throws it out to Braden Winters. That's from Brock to Braden. Ellis, left side, Bostic. Bostic looks for an opening. He will now reverse the ball on the left side over to Ellis. Between the circles, Winters. Winters tries to drive in. Dishes it off to Brock Winters for a three, and it's an air ball.
I don't think that's Brock Winters' shot, Charlie.
The step back three?
Yeah, it wasn't looking like that's probably something that his coach probably is really wanting him to do. And since he's sitting down now, I'm going to assume it wasn't. Peyton Justice back into the game as Brock Winters will sit down. Sorry, Charlie.
3:30 remaining. 49-37 Pittsfield. Guthrie with the ball to Palmer. Tell you, Calhoun beat Bunker Hill tonight, 58-28. That team's going to be a load this year in Calhoun. Here's Palmer on a nice take to the rack, and he finishes with the right hand.
Palmer with 6.
51-37. 3:10 remaining.
They in Calhoun have what, 7 guys?
Yeah, they're big.
And they're juniors?
A couple good guards. Well, really, Nelson's a good guard, and Nelson's only a sophomore.
Yeah, okay.
Here's a shot put up, no good. Rebound pulled down by Shaw. Off the Palmer. Going to push into the front court. Down low, ball tip. Priest gets it. He'll work it back out to Tom Hay, 4-3. Good from downtown. 54-37.
Tom Hay with 9.
Pittsfield having a fourth quarter going their way. 2:38 to play. I don't know what the scoring differential's been in this quarter, but it's been heavily favored to the Sockets.
14-1.
Told you that was heavily favored to the Sockets. Out top, Winters with the basketball for the Suns. To Bostic, thought about the three, turns it down, now to Winters. Braden Winters to Jace Heaton, left side, in the corner to Ellis. Heaton, Winters. He'll try the dribble drive to the rim. Shot put up is good as he got the shooter's roll. And one here as he's fouled by Guthrie, it appears.
Braden Winters with his 14th point of the night. Will Guthrie's 4th foul, team 8th. And Winters has really slashed through tonight, and he shot a lot of free throws because of it. He is 6 of 10 from the free throw line. He's shooting 1 here. 14 points, 54-39 the score. 2:11 to go in the ballgame. Pittsfield with the lead. Shot up is good from Winters, give him 15.
54-40 with 2:11 remaining. Suns will try a little full court pressure here. Palmer with the basketball, along with Priest. 2:05 remaining. They'll get it to Shaw, into the front court to Tom Hay for a layup that he missed. And the rebound pulled in by Justice. Into the front court come the Suns. Driving in, Heaton. Shot no good. Rebound to Shaw. Looks for a guard. Now he'll dribble a couple of times. Hands it off to Palmer. 1:48 left. Pittsfield up by 14. Palmer gets it across the half-court line on the pass to Priest. Priest will take a single dribble out between the circles to Palmer. 1:38 remaining. 54-40 the advantage for the Sockies. We play again on Tuesday night at Winchester against West Central. Ooh, toughie there. Before returning home against Riverton on Friday night. Ooh, toughie there. Here's Priest for a three. Left side, won't fall. Rebound, Shaw goes back up. No good, but he's hammered on the shot, and he'll shoot 2.
Foul going to go against Jace Heaton, his 3rd, team 6th. And Shaw to the free throw line shooting 2. He's 0 for 2 from there. He's got 12. 12 along with 10 boards, so he's got the double-double on the evening. 54-40 the score. Pittsfield with the 14-point lead, 1:22 to go in the ballgame. Shaw's shot is up, it rolls around and falls off. He's 0 for 3 from there.
Brock Winters going to check in, along with a host of new players for Southeastern. We see Bishop Roberts. No, that's not Bishop, excuse me. That is Ramsey Fry. Also in is Kyle O'Neill.
Eli Leisman also, it looks like.
Leisman in. Here comes Bishop Roberts.
Wait, that can't happen.
Some strong Irish names in there.
Brock Winters checked in and then checked out immediately.
Win some, lose some.
I don't think you're allowed to do that.
Van Winkle in, Priest takes a chair. 1:22 remaining. 54-40. Sockies on top. Both teams doing a little subbing here down the stretch. We will speak with Socky head coach Brad Tomei following the completion of this game. Shaw misses another one. Rebound on the play. Guthrie tried to save it in, but it's out of bounds. And we can tell you, Griggsville Perry hanging tight with Western, 59-52, with 4 minutes left. Tornadoes playing well tonight. Here is Southeastern with the basketball in the hands. The ball goes to Cole Glick. Glick for 3. It's no good. Tomei with the rebound for the Sockies.
His 3rd.
1:07 remaining, 54-40 Pittsfield. Isaac Ammon going to check in on the next dead ball, along with Cade McKinnon. Left side, Van Winkle. Out between the circles, Tom Habe to Palmer on the right wing. Looking high for Petty. High-low game down. He threw it off the rim. Guthrie gathers, though. Shoots and scores. Will Guthrie another two.
He's got 14.
It's at 56-40. And the referee says, tie your shoe. Let's get the subs in.
Excuse me, he's got 15.
Tom Habe sits down. Guthrie takes a chair. Palmer down. McKinnon, Apps, and Ammon in for the Sockies. On the other side, we see Alan Roth, a 5'9 sophomore in. And he will replace Kyle O'Neill. Also coming into the game will be Bryson Tometz, a 5'10 senior for the Sockies. He sits down Van Winkle. And Tometz, a fan favorite, it appears. 50 seconds to play. Brown County playing tough with West Central, it appears. That scores. Here's the ball stolen away by McKinnon. He hits the high spot on the floor, but gets it back. Shot put up is no good. And on the rebound, coming down with it is Bishop Allen. Into the front court. Pull-up shot. Won't fall by Fry. Ramsey Fry. Not to be confused with the Ramseys, who have been in Southeastern as long as, well, anybody can remember. Down low. Ammon, two. Missed it. Rebound. Got it back. Put it up. Won't fall. And Isaac Ammon to the stripe to shoot a pair. West Central and Brown County in a battle. 54-40. West Central leads after 3 quarters.
Foul against Eli Leisman, his first, team 7th.
A lot of very competitive games going on in the area tonight.
Ammon shooting 2, looking for his first points of the night. Pittsfield with the 56-40 lead. First one up for Ammon. Just a bit long enough to the right, no good.
Isaac Ammon, a hard worker, though. He knows where the weight room is here. John's going to arm wrestle him after the game. Good luck, John.
Next one's up and no good. Rebound comes down to Eli Leisman, his first.
It is Southeastern with the basketball. Fry, right side went to Roth. It's stolen away by Petty. 5 seconds left, and the Sockies will dribble this one out and get their second victory of the season. They move to 2-3. Southeastern drops to 1-4. 56-40, the win for Pittsfield. Over the Suns tonight at Voschel Gym. We'll pause for a timeout. We'll have a look at final stats. Also visit with Socky head coach Brad Tom Have. That comes your way after this.
At Country Financial, we know everyone's situation is unique, and we believe that even the biggest goals start with simple steps. So when it comes to protecting the things you love and planning for the future, don't get overwhelmed. Get started today with John Hibbert, your Country Financial agent in Camp Point, Illinois. That's John Hibbert, your Country Financial agent. Call 217-593-6819. John Hibbert, Country Financial, 217-593-6819. Press Yours On You is celebrating 13 years as your source for school spirit wear. They can personalize varsity jackets, hoodies, t-shirts, hats, duffel bags, flags, and more. Show your school pride with a bumper sticker or window decal from Press Yours On You. Visit their online store at www.pressyoursonu.com or visit them on Facebook. Press Yours On You, 506 West Wood on Highway 24 in Camp Point. Call 593-6031. Fellowship of Christian Athletes is an international and local organization that provides support for our athletes and coaches in the area. Small groups called huddles meet regularly in our schools and communities to build strong relationships. Todd Sweatman is our area director for Western Illinois. Todd is a longtime educator and coach and also serves as the chaplain at McMurray College. Julie Ross, area rep, is working with Adams and Brown County schools to support coaches and athletes. Jack Hull, longtime radio broadcaster and sports official, is serving with Julie and Todd throughout the Western Illinois region. We need your support as boosters, first in prayer and also with your financial monthly support. You can help us strengthen the huddles in your schools. Contact us at westernilfca.org to find out more and get our contact information. Won't you join us in lifting Jesus Christ up in our schools, athletes, coaches, and communities? Go to westernilfca.org or email me at jhull@fca.org. Get involved in FCA for your youth today.
We remind you about the FCA fundraiser going on this weekend all the way through Sunday, as you can get drinks at a lot of area businesses, including Free Press in Pittsfield. And 10 cents of every drink sold goes to FCA. Several McDonald's around the area participating.
All of the McDonald's in Quincy, I believe.
Well, 3 of the McDonald's in Quincy.
Oh, I forget they have 4 now.
Yep, three out of the 4. Also Jacksonville, Brown County, the Mount Sterling location. Also the couple there in the Chatham and Springfield area. Lots of participating businesses. Hy-Vee and Macomb, I do believe, participating in that. So we invite you to get out, buy those soda pops or bottle of water or whatever it is you're taking in.
Free press coffee?
Free press coffee. That's always a good option. A final on this one, 56-40. The Sockies with a victory over the Southeastern Suns. Pittsfield led 17-15 after the first quarter, 25-24 at the half. Had a 4-point lead, 40-36, going into the final quarter of play. And won this one 56-40, outscoring Southeastern 16-4 in the final quarter to move to 2-3 on the season. That, John, despite turning the ball over 17 times, turnovers of that amount against teams with good guard play like they're going to see Tuesday night against West Central will turn into bad news for the Sockies. But tonight, enough to get the victory, and tell us some more about some of those final stats.
Yeah, the Southeastern Suns finished the game shooting 13 of 40 from the floor, 32.5%, 3 of 18 from 3, 17%, 11 of 15 from the free throw line, 73%. Led in scoring by 15 points from Braden Winters, 12 from Jared Keaton, and he would have had more if he could have stayed on the floor. 6 from Jace Heaton on the night, the senior, 5 from Colby Ellis, and then 2 from Reed Bostick, and that's the scoring for the Southeastern Suns. For the Pittsfield Sockies, they finished game shooting 21 of 43 from the floor, 49%, 4 of 6 from 3, 67%, and a brutal 8 of 20 from the free throw line for 40%. That'll also lose you some games against a good team. And leading scorer on the night, 15 points for Will Guthrie to go along with 7 rebounds. 12 points, 10 rebounds for Isaac Shaw, 9 points for Cade Tomhave, all but one of those in the second half. 6 points for Jack Palmer, 8 for Griffin Van Winkle, all in the first half of play, and 6 points from Cooper Priest on the night to total out to the win for the Sockies 56-40. And Charlie Van Winkle really, those 8 points doesn't really necessarily sound like much when you have 56 in the total game, but Van Winkle really scored those points at a time when the Sockies were struggling to score, and those 8 points were important for them.
Yeah, and I thought Griffin Van Winkle responded well to not being in the starting lineup, which he had been until this contest tonight. And, some guys will go and they'll pout and, they'll feel sorry for themselves and, woe is me. But Van Winkle showed some toughness, I think, mentally, and was able to get out there and play some good minutes for his squad here tonight. Help the Sockies get the victory. 56-40 is the final in this contest as Pittsfield has the win over Southeastern. I'm turning that volume down for just a second if you're going to jostle that around quite as much. Thank you, John. We will talk with Sockie head coach Brad Tomhave here in just a moment following the 1,893rd win in Sockie history. And always a good day when you get to add a win to the win board. And Sockie head coach Brad Tomhave joins us now. And, Coach, you knew you were coming out against the Southeastern Sun squad who didn't have a ton of experience as far as the upperclassmen go, but some good players for this young Sun squad. I told John earlier, the future bright, pun intended, but very, very sincere in that thought as well. This is a team that is very scrappy, and Coach Ufkus has his team playing very hard.
They do, and they understand how they want him, how he wants them to approach both ends of the floor. But very impressed with their guards. They get some gaps and understand the timing on their kickouts, and they're ready to shoot it. And they made some, but can't question their effort and their organization. I thought defensively they were doing some things that really caused us some problems early. So yeah, they're young and. But he's got them playing hard, and he does a nice job.
There's no doubt if you looked at the rosters, you had a pretty good height advantage in this one and exploited that a little bit. We saw Will Guthrie have a big first half. He got in some foul trouble, and then scoring became a little more difficult. When Will was in there in the third quarter, it became a little easier again. He's really a big piece to this puzzle in this season.
Well, we did. We knew we had the definite height advantage going in. If they were going to try to match us, if we could get by their first line of defense when they were trapping the wings and running at our guards, then we thought we could have some success in the paint, and we did there for a little bit there in the first half, and then we got in some foul trouble and we weren't able to play our big lineup together as much. But second half we came out and just stayed simple, and I think that was the focus at halftime. Let's just stay simple and let's work inside to out, and we weren't going to look to score. We weren't going to look to score anywhere other than inside first, and then once we started doing that, then they had to throw another defender down there, and we could work a little bit from inside to out. And Cade hit a couple, and I think Coop hit a couple. So we were able to get them to collapse on our bigs, and then we were able to find it and finally hit some timely threes.
You talk about mental toughness, and it's something that some kids have from the time they ever step on a court, and some others have to kind of build on that. But talk about a kid who was mentally tough tonight. Griffin Van Winkle, a kid who found himself out of the starting lineup. He came in, and all of a sudden, we talked about he had 8 points, but they were huge points for him, and he played some very good minutes here tonight.
He did. He still kind of gets himself going a little faster than what he needs to be, and we had to pull him out and slow him down a little bit. But he hit a big three on a post skip. Inside out three there in the second quarter, I believe, and did some nice things defensively. I thought all of them defensively did a nice job of switching up the looks and showing some different things and not letting them be comfortable with some of their dribble drive offense and I thought we had to do that, especially if we were going to play a big lineup. When we got the mismatches on them offensively, they had some mismatches on us when we tried to match up man-to-man, and they were exploiting us as well. So credit the kids to be able to switch up the defenses, live ball switches, live possession switches, and something that, game experience, you can't replace that game experience, win or lose. And I thought some of the things that maybe we didn't do so well last week, we did a little better tonight. So they're learning. It's a process, and we'd like for them to learn a little bit faster, but nobody's ever said that we've been greedy at all at any time.
Well, it was a longer week of practice, but shortened a little bit by some weather. So you're looking to get back in the gym tomorrow and on Monday, and then Tuesday night you hop on the bus for the first time this season, and luckily an opponent who doesn't have much coming back, only everybody who played last year in West Central, who's really off to a nice start on their season. They're playing Brown County in a really tight game at the Nest right now. It's coming down the stretch, but that's a team that throws a lot of weapons at you in a hurry.
They do. We'll get back in the gym tomorrow and go some prep work, and Monday the same, and get on a bus and have our first bus trip and see how we respond to somebody else's court. And we'll find 5 guys to step out there and play. We'll give them everything we got, and hopefully we play with the energy that's needed to stay in the game, and maybe we can continue making shots, and maybe we can continue contesting defensively and getting defensive stops. So it'll be fun. It'll be always a tough place to play, and they're playing tremendous right now. So looking forward to the challenge for sure.
Sauke's improved to 2-3 on the season, 56-40 over Southeastern. Coach Tom Abe, as always, thanks for the time.
Thanks, guys.
That is Sauke head coach Brad Tom Abe. As we told you, they improved to 2-3. They're back in action again on Tuesday night of next week. We'll have it for you here on Central Illinois Sports from Winchester. Until then, we bid you farewell. For John Hull, I'm Charlie Hull. Thank you for tuning in tonight on Central Illinois Sports. Sauke's with a victory, 56-40 over Southeastern. Another Central Illinois Sports presentation.